It's me, Paul Sculthorpe, with the B series. Today we're going to speak about human behaviour and what gets people motivated. Let's speak with Samantha Lynne, specialist in human behaviour, motivation, motivational maps, and discover how this can help your career.
Hi, I'm Samantha Lynne, founder of Cadence. I am a human behaviour and motivation consultant as well as a part-time writer. My background is in health and healing. I had an on-site massage and ergonomics business. I would go up into London, sort out people's aches and pains. But alongside that, I wanted to be a coach. I think perhaps because doing so much physical work within massage, I wasn't being mentally challenged, so I was looking at doing small business coaching and life coaching. And from there, part of my training was in DISC, which is human behavioural analysis. DISC profiling is a behavioural analysis system first developed in the 1920s by William Moulton Marston. So DISC is an acronym. You've got D, which is for dominance, I is influential, S is for steadiness, and C is compliance or conscientiousness. Each of these are the four main quadrants of personality, and each of these drives our behaviours. This can look at how influential a person is, how they like to persuade others. It can look at someone's drivers, how direct they are, whether they're people focused, task focused, or are they going to be the person that's more analytical, the person who dots the I's and crosses all the T's. And that's why using a tool like DISC is so great for your hiring process. It gives you so much more value than you'd get from a CV or interview alone. Motivational maps are a self-perception inventory. We have 9 motivators in mapping, and we have 3 clusters of motivation. We've got the first cluster is growth, we have achievements, and we also have relationship-based motivators. And each of these clusters will have 3 motivators within it. So in total, there are 9 main motivators which people can have. One of the reasons to use motivational maps in your workplace is to help people align with the right job role. If you were to use motivational maps within your hiring process, you could then look at what that person is truly motivated by and then use that alongside your job description to see if that is going to match up to what that person needs to get the best out of them. So my biggest piece of advice for anyone struggling with motivation would be to start calm down and shut out that negative sabotage talk. Because everybody is motivated differently, there isn't a one-size-fits-all approach. One of the reasons we get stuck, one of the reasons why we're not motivated is because we've got this itty-bitty picky committee in our heads that are saying, you can't do it, you can't do this, there's not enough time, how on earth are you going to do this? First thing to do is get rid of that negative self-talk. Best thing you can do, write down a list of whatever statement, negative statement you have in your head, write it down and then come up with a counter argument as to how and why that's not true. Not wanting to do something is a big problem. So people become unmotivated where they've got a task, they know it needs to be done, but they just don't want to do it. But there's a consequence. So best thing you can do there is to have a look at the results which would come about if you didn't do it or if you did do it. Motivation isn't just important, it is key to performance. It is the driver. So the higher the motivation levels, the higher the performance. So my top tips for keeping your team members motivated are incentivize them. Now, do remember that everyone's different. Not everybody is incentivized by money. Some people are incentivized by security or having a bit of freedom. So take a look at what people need. If you've got motivational maps, you should have an understanding of what that person is motivated by. So for example, so it's motivated by money, or should offer a cash incentive, or a yearly or quarterly review of their commission, for example. Somebody that prefers autonomy, maybe look at offering that person an extra day off holiday. My second tip is to make sure your team are given praise and recognition as much as possible, and go easy on the micromanaging. Majority of people do not like to be micromanaged, but they will always take a thank you, an appreciation, a shout out on your company newsletter, anything that's positive and reinforces them for a job well done. So my third tip is for keeping your team motivated is to get them involved. If you need some help in an area, ask your team. when it comes to hiring somebody, maybe get their opinion. Get them involved as to what qualities you think that new team member needs to have and able to fit in. So remember, my 3 top tips: incentivise, recognise and keep them involved.
From me, Paul Sculthorpe, keep motivated, whether you're new to a career or in a leadership role, motivating others. It's the key to moving your career forward. Watch out for more B-Series episodes. Stay motivated, you got this.